Imagine a secret journey, a personal adventure where you disappear from your old life and return as a new, stronger, and more confident person. Have you ever wished you could do that? Just step away from everything familiar and come back totally transformed. If so, this story is for you. Hello, future English masters and life adventurers. I'm Celine, and welcome back to English Journey, the place where we help you grow personally while mastering English. We release new videos every day to help you improve your English and change your life. If you like what you hear today, please hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. By the end of this story, you'll discover the powerful steps to transform your life in secret. And I'll even have a short quiz for you to test your understanding. So get ready to learn and be inspired. How to disappear and transform yourself. Many people open their lives for everyone to see, sharing everything they do. But sometimes this can bring negativity. The more you open your life for display, the more people find a way to drag you down. It's a natural sociological phenomenon. There's a special power in disappearing, in working on yourself in private, in the shadows. Imagine becoming unavailable for a period, dedicating yourself to becoming a better version of yourself, all in secret. This commitment can be exhilarating and exciting. When you return, your transformation can surprise everyone. And the best part? You will realize that only your own opinion truly matters. So how do we begin this amazing journey? How do you disappear the right way? And what do you do during this secret time? And finally, how do you reappear? Let's explore these steps. Part 1. How to disappear. Disappearing is not about running away from your problems. It's about creating a space for intense personal growth. It requires careful planning and a change in your daily habits. 1. Control what you say. The first and most important step is to keep quiet about your plans. Your words can sometimes betray your intentions much more than you know. You need to learn to control what you say about your life to others. This means no longer speaking openly about your life to anyone else, including your family, your friends, or your coworkers. No one. Is there an exception? Yes, your life partner, but only if you are sure they want you to succeed and crush it. It will be challenging at first because we naturally want to spill information. It's coded into us for the survival of the species. We need to fight that. But to truly disappear, you must learn to stop and think before you speak, to catch thoughts before they leave your mouth. Become a mystery to everyone. This way, you can move and work on yourself without outside influence in the shadows. Have you ever shared a goal too early and then lost motivation? Keeping your plans private can protect your energy and increase your chances of accomplishing those plans. Imagine that every part of your plan that leaks out reduces your chances by 5%. Stop being so careless and be surgically intentional. 2. Your opinion is the only one that matters. To disappear and stay focused, you must change your mindset. You need to stop caring what others think because everyone doesn't matter anymore. First of all, they don't care about you. But the problem is, you think that they care about you, and that dictates a lot of your actions. You need to kill that side of you that cares what others think. Instead, create an imaginary person in your mind. That person is you. Now, you have to be obsessed about what that person thinks about you, and that's the only person that matters. Would this ideal you be proud of your actions? Would they be happy about what you did? We are so driven by what others think. You have to cheat and make you the other person. Through this process, you will be less a puppet of others and more in control of your own life. This is not easy and needs practice and repetition. 3. Keep your plans secret. As you transform, you will create exciting and ambitious plans. You will feel a strong urge to share them with people around you. Don't you dare. Keep these plans very close, like secret treasure, like they are the passwords to your treasure. Imagine that every time you talk about your plan, you lose 5% of your chance to achieve it. Every time you speak about your plans and show them openly to people, you are hurting yourself. You are satisfying others and hurting yourself. So speaking about your plans openly actually harms your progress. Stop being so careless and be surgically intentional. If you need advice or expert knowledge, seek it precisely. Find the exact right person, reveal only the bare minimum, obtain the knowledge you need, and then disappear again. 4. Hide your progress. Progress will come. It might take some time, but it will arrive, and you'll notice that progress is more easily had when you disappear. But don't let anyone see it. Don't show off your improved physique. Don't show off your improved wealth. Don't show off your new skills. Just focus on progressing even more. Disappearing is effective only if you complete the entire transformation. Going back to your old ways mid-transformation will probably reverse all of the progress you've made, and you'll be back at square one. You will feel the natural urge to share about the changes you are seeing in your life. But you must flex your willpower and keep things boxed in. Use that energy to pour more fuel into your efforts. This recycling of energy will help you reach the next level in your journey. Think about a beautiful photograph. It is developed in a dark room, in private, before it is shared with the world. Your transformation is similar. People are rewarded in public for what they spent years doing in private. Solitude is the main way to create success. Isaac Newton, Nikola Tesla, and Einstein all used solitude to make significant discoveries and contributions. 5. Embrace challenges and pain in solitude. Going into ghost mode, or monk mode, another name for this type of self-improvement, means crushing it in the shadows. It will be tough. You are going to be physically hurt, mentally fatigued, and you may bleed or cry after facing filter after filter that stands between you and progress. What is your first instinct when you face a challenge? Maybe go complain about it to a close friend, or go receive some words of comfort from your family. Instead, you'll need to shut the metaphorical pie hole and bleed, sweat, and cry all by your lonesome. Scream into the wind. Let those tears flow from your face. Patch up your wounds with a first aid kit, but do it yourself. Do it in the shadows, and let it build your strength and character. Let each moment of rock bottom be the moment of catapulting you to another level of performance. It's those moments of pain that a new you emerges. Embrace that pain and go as far as looking forward to it. This is true beast mode. Carl Jung, a famous psychologist, said, "He who looks outside dreams. He who looks inside awakens." Solitude is a path to self-discovery and success. A surprising study from the University of Virginia showed that 67% of men preferred to administer painful electric shocks to themselves rather than sit quietly in a room alone for 15 minutes. This shows how much we avoid being alone with our thoughts. Yet, success often comes from being alone, sharpening your skills, Like Lincoln spending 4 hours sharpening his axe before chopping down a tree, if you want to operate on or save your life, it has to be done in solitude. Part 2. What to do in the shadows, monk mode protocol. Now that you know how to disappear, what exactly should you do during this period of intense self-improvement? This is where monk mode comes in. Monk mode is when you take time away from your normal routine to focus on your growth. Some people suggest 6 months, but even 66 days can make a big difference. As studies show, it takes 18 to 254 days to rewire the neural pathways in our brain, with the average time being 66 days to develop a new default response or habit. You don't need to go to a mountain cave, but you do need to disappear and create your own cave. A space and time for inner work, inner engineering, to develop new habits. Here's the monk mode protocol, focusing on 3 main areas: mind, body, and spirit. This is your chance to recreate yourself, focusing on recreational activities, meaning recreational for your mind, body, and spirit. The triangle is the most stable geometric structure, so stabilizing these 3 pillars stabilizes your life. 1. Transform your mind. Your mind is incredibly powerful. You are who you are because of what's gone into your mind, and you can change who you are by changing what's going into your mind. Remove the junk. The first step in monk mode is to remove all of the junk that is going into your mind. Since most of us are not retreating to a mountain village, we have to remove all of the toxic distractions in our environment. This means getting rid of anything that has a low vibration or negative influence. You don't want to be influenced by anything with a low vibration right now in monk mode. So, you must protect and deflect all the crap from going into your mind. This includes friends who are a negative or neutral influence. You need to say no to them. This is a time for you to start standing on your own and growing into that person you were meant to be. You are now performing that inner surgery. Leave them in the waiting room. Tell them, hey, I'm not going to be accessible for a few weeks. I'm working on a big project. I want to let you know personally out of love so that you don't have any expectations for me. I know you want the best for me, so I know you understand. Once you have created those filters and wiped your hard drive clean of all the spam that's coming in, now we have to upgrade the operating system of our mind. Upgrade your operating system. Once you have removed the negativity, it's time to improve how your mind works. Cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, or as I like to call it, crushing bad thoughts, reveals how we are making ourselves miserable with our thinking patterns and rewires, and prevents us from doing that. A highly recommended book is Feeling Good, The New Mood Therapy by David Burns. I think it should be required reading for everybody on planet Earth. When you see the world through right thinking, everything gets better. You don't even suffer anymore. Pain is mandatory, but suffering is a choice. Suffering is optional. Install new programs. Knowledge. After updating your mind's operating system, you need to replace old, unhelpful programs with good, clean, pure, powerful, and positive ones. In other words, we will replace the noise with the signal. Ask yourself, what does the highest, most developed version of myself read every day? You don't want any book. You want books written by true experts. Read 1 book every month in that area, and within 5 years, you will be in the top 5% of experts in the world. So, just start by making a list of the top 3 books in the passion area, that you want to be an expert in. This is exactly what I did when I wasn't in the best circumstances in my life. I knew that if I only upgraded my information, then I would upgrade my life. 2. Optimize your body. It's hard to be truly successful if you don't feel good about your physical body. Your body is designed to move. It's not you, but it's your vehicle. But how you view yourself 9 times out of 10 manifests as how your body looks. And if you don't like what you see, change it. How do you change it? With nutrition and exercise. Nutrition is queen, exercise is king, and if you put them together, then you have a kingdom. Set a clear goal. Get a clear photo of the ideal physique that you want to have. Remember, you're not the body, but it is your vehicle, and you can shape it. You can change it in whichever way you want. I want you to keep that picture in places that you will see every day. Put it in your bedroom, in your bathroom. Put it on your refrigerator. Put it as the home screen in your phone. Put it on the wall in your gym. Just make sure you are seeing that photo regularly throughout the day. Once your mind has a clear image, it will begin to work hard to manifest that into a physical reality. Treat your body like a temple. During monk mode, you must treat your body like a temple. Would you bring alcohol into a temple? No. Would you bring McDonald's or soda into a temple? No. Would you bring drugs into a temple? No. We stop bringing that into the temple of your body. During this period, we are going to focus on 3 basic but powerful nutrition principles. 1. Eat real, whole foods. You are only going to put natural, unprocessed food into your body. No chips, no soda, no packaged food. Get rid of all the tempting food out of your house, or just put it deep into the basement. A way that I remember what to eat is G-bombs plus wild-caught fish. G-bombs are dark, leafy greens, beans, onions, mushrooms, berries, seeds. Bombs are the best anti-cancer, anti-inflammatory, health-promoting foods on the planet. 2. Hydration. Hydrate with spring water and electrolytes. Most people are chronically dehydrated. You should drink between 0.5 and 1 ounce of water per pound of body weight. So if you weigh 156 pounds, you should be getting 78 to 156 ounces of water per day. Carry around a bottle of water with you all day. Another way is you can put bottles in your car, bottles basically at your office, just so you get a trigger, and it makes you want to drink more water. 3. Supplements. Billions of people on the planet, maybe you, are deficient in these big 4 supplements: vitamin D, vitamin K2, magnesium, and zinc. Taking these supplements will greatly improve your well-being, your clarity, your happiness, your joy for life. Take the RDA, or recommended daily allowance, on the bottle. Movement and exercise. When it comes to movement and exercise, you're going to 1. Walk 8,000 to 10,000 steps per day. Bonus points if you walk some of those steps barefoot. Walking is the king of all exercises. It is the only exercise proven to reverse heart disease, and it lowers the risk of all cancers. Walking also raises your serotonin levels and fights depression in a way greater than taking an antidepressant drug. Use meals as a trigger for walking, so after every meal, make sure you walk at least 10 minutes. Longer, the better. 2. Exercise 1 hour, 3 to 5 times a week. What type of exercise? Well, the type that you love to do. For me, it's weight training. It's resistance training, because resistance training not only is a great form of exercise and improves your cardiovascular health, it also shapes your body, so you're going to start liking what you see in the mirror more. And that confidence is going to apply to all areas of your life. When it comes to mental health, weight training, the stress, the resistance that you use when you lift up the weights is going to build resistance in life. So when you go up against a stressful situation, your body has already adapted to it. And so you'll be able to transcend that stress much easier if you're training. 3, keep a journal. Keep a journal or a record of everything you do in the gym. The difference between the people who make progress and the people who don't is the people who make progress. They journal, they write it down, they track progress. You got to track it to crack it. When you journal, you take advantage of the most powerful principle of training, progressive overload, which basically means you lift more weight or more repetition the next time you go to the gym. This is how you improve. Have you ever felt the amazing energy after a good workout? That feeling of strength and control is what we are building. Your body is your vehicle, and you can shape it in any way you want. 3, develop your spirit. Spiritual growth allows for the deepest, most powerful grounding in life. Whatever spiritual or religious tradition you connect to, Judaism, Christianity, Catholicism, Islam, Taoism, Buddhism, Hinduism, etc., you need to be watching a sermon, listening to a satsang and a spiritual gathering, or reading some type of spiritual text for 1 hour every day. Steve Jobs, for example, made sure that everybody who attended his funeral received was not a business book. It was a book called The Autobiography of a Yogi, a spiritual book that he read every year of his life. Material success is important, but spiritual success brings a deeper fulfillment. What use is gaining the world if you lose your soul? Meditation, awareness practice. In addition to the 1 hour of filling your mind with the pure satsangs and sermons, you should also be practicing for 1 minute to an hour a meditation practice or an awareness practice. What is awareness practice? It is simply to observe your thoughts coming and going. Find a quiet place and just sit and observe your thoughts coming and going. Don't try to change them. Don't try to judge them. If you find yourself getting caught into them, just bring yourself back gently, non-judgmentally, back to your breath. Even 1 week of doing this, you will find so much peace and control over the things that happen in your life. You will no longer be reactive. You will be responsive. Things that used to bother you don't bother you anymore because you have come to a presence, a state of peace and solidity. Daily conscious breath. True spirituality is meant to be taken off of the yoga mat and out of the meditation room and into the real world. One practice that is so simple but so powerful is to simply take 1 conscious breath every day. No matter what you're doing, no matter where you are, just take 1 breath that you are aware of your breath coming in and coming out. That single practice can have atomic effects on your stillness, on your joy, and on your gratitude in life. Meal, gratitude. The final awareness practice that you can integrate in monk mode is something that many people used to do as kids and many still do today. But it's simply prayer or gratitude before you eat your meal. Before you eat every meal, simply bring yourself to this moment and give gratitude to the meal itself. Thank the farmer, thank the animals, thank the plants, thank the soil. If you're at a restaurant, thank the chef, thank the waiter. Just bring gratitude to that moment, and I guarantee your meal will be 10 times better. Part 3. How to reappear. After completing your transformation, you might feel the urge to reappear. However, if you do this process correctly, something very interesting will have happened along the way. You won't need to reappear. You'll have now become one with the shadow. You will have found peace and enjoyment in your new, transformed life in the shadows. Your life will have transformed beyond your expectations. You will always keep crushing it, and will keep pushing towards bigger goals, better goals, and you will remain a mystery to most. You'll find that you found a calming peace in the shadows, and that you found a new life that you enjoy far greater than what you had before. Remember the quote, "Work in silence so that your success is the noise." By the time you're done, you're going to shock everyone, even yourself. Let people talk. Let them wonder about what you're up to, because they have no idea what your plans are. And honestly, that's for the best. You don't need anyone else's opinion about this, or have anyone doubt or question you. In Sun Tzu's The Art of War, this is exactly how you sneak up on the enemy to win the war, because you're not giving them intelligence. This journey is about building an identity. Your entire reality is a projection of your self-concept. Your interpretation of life is a projection of your self-concept, so make it a really good one. If you change your self-concept, your reality shifts immediately because your views about everything will change. For example, an insecure person interprets everything in an insecure way. And that identity creates even more insecurity. They will constantly undermine themselves and others. But if they change that part of themselves, they stop focusing on negative thoughts and stop getting in that own way. You are constantly creating your reality with your feelings, thoughts, and beliefs about yourself. You can feel what you feel, but you don't have to accept it as the truth. Don't keep focusing on the things you don't want, because that validates them. Do not be afraid to start anything. There's no reason to be afraid because nobody will ever say all the right things to the right people. Everyone has said something very embarrassing, and it's better to say something than nothing at all. Everyone has made mistakes, and that shouldn't scare you into becoming a hermit and not doing anything with your life. Take calculated chances, meaning that with anything that you do, make sure that all the upsides are better than the downsides, and move on if you need to. You will know in your heart if you will regret it if you didn't take that chance on yourself. Life is too short, guys. There is really no reason to hold back on anything. Don't ever take yourself too seriously. Be a bit unserious. Just by putting yourself out there and taking the first step to do anything at all, you're doing way better than the other 90% of people who are just too afraid to even try. Discipline is key. Discipline is all about the habit-forming game. Discipline is what's going to carry you through even when you don't feel like it. You are the gamer, and every time you choose discipline, you win that day, and day by day, you build it up incrementally. Motivation can be good if it's there already, but it shouldn't be the entire foundation of the habits that you're creating, because motivation doesn't last, and it definitely won't be there for you every single day. When it's gone, you also lose all the habits that you built on top of it. So, build habits based on discipline and willpower. Instead of saying, "I'm going to exercise for 30 minutes every day because I want to be healthy," say, "I'm going to discipline myself to work out every day because that is simply who I am and that's my purpose. And because I have purpose, I also have enough willpower to always be doing that." Make your goals so small and easy that you cannot fail, as long as you try. For example, I will do 1 push-up a day. Some might say doing 1 push-up won't make a difference, but you'll probably go beyond doing one. just putting on sneakers to go to the gym, you will already have won half the battle. That alone will make you want to be at the gym. Once you have the willpower to get down the push-up stance and complete one, you will often find yourself thinking, well, I can do another one, and you'll probably exceed your target. This will boost your confidence and give you a sense of accomplishment. You can't fail unless you don't do it. Understand how your brain works. Most people think that dopamine is the pleasure chemical, but it's really more about wanting, or the way that your body creates that motivation, and that all becomes desire. Use it to your advantage. Make the things that you want to do less of more unappealing to you so you can get less dopamine from it. Try and find ways to make yourself dislike doing those things. And then the things that you want to do more of, make yourself love those things so that you can do more of what you love and less of what you hate. Sustained exposure to elevated dopamine levels from activities like playing video games for 12 hours can lead to fewer dopamine receptors, resulting in less motivation, worse concentration levels, and decreased mental sharpness. You literally become dumber and slower. We need to become so much more mindful of the things that we're consuming and also our consumption patterns. Replace dopamine addictions with flow. Flow is itself a form of meditation where you're doing something and you're so engrossed in it that you spend hours passionately just working on it. This could be a painting, could even be homework, but you don't even want to stop until you're done. When you're in flow state, you're completely absorbed in whatever you're doing. The book Flow, The Psychology of Optimal Experience drives home the importance of having specific challenges for ourselves that actually match our skill sets. It also helped me differentiate between things like what's giving me pleasure, easy come, easy go, superficial, and what's actually giving me enjoyment, helps you grow, gives you joy, gives you purpose. These days, I fill my days with activities like reading, making YouTube videos, and working out, and all that can become my flow experience. Keep a simple journal. I use extremely basic bullet journaling where I write down my goals for the day and how I'm feeling. The magic happens when I list all the positives and all the negative activities that I've done. If I give it a basic color code, like red and green, it lets me see at a glance how my day went, where I did good, where I slipped up, what can I do better. A minute of journaling a day will help you identify whether you're trending towards progress or not. If you work on small steps consistently, it can take you very far eventually. Sometimes people face chronic depression or trauma, and general advice about discipline might not be enough. In those cases, there are underlying neurobiochemical and structural changes that happen to the brain, which can quite literally prevent someone from having any ability to be disciplined. In such cases, professional medical and mental health help is essential. But for many, forming habits through discipline, patience, and self-kindness is the path forward. Remember, you are a human being. You're not a machine. Every day will look different for you, and your best is going to look different every day. No state is ever permanent, including all the bad states like depression. The real way to work towards your goals and do that rebranding is by forming habits through discipline. It can be hard, I know, but it's very worth it. Motivation says, I'm really feeling this right now, so I'm going to do it. But discipline says, I'm not feeling this right now, but I still want whatever this is. I'm going to keep pursuing it, and I'm going to do it anyways, despite how I feel. With discipline, you ignore your feelings about anything. Finally, Seek role models. Always seek to have role models in your life, even if they're not literally in your life. Learn to imitate any aspect of what you like about them so that you can give yourself the first push to expand on yourself and eventually reach that rebranding moment that you're aiming for. Babies learn to imitate others because they themselves are imitated. The more a mother is sensitive and empathetic to the baby and imitates and mirrors her 6-month-old child, the greater that child's ability at age 18 months to be able to learn to imitate others. Imitation is the start of the cultural process towards becoming more human. Recap, takeaways. Let's quickly review the main points of our journey to disappear and transform. Silence is power. Keep your plans and progress secret. Your mouth betrays you much more than you know. Work in silence so that your success is the noise. Self-focus. Only your own opinion truly matters for your transformation. Reprogram your mind to only care what you think. Mindset shift. Cleanse your mind of negativity by removing all toxic distractions and negative influences, including negative friends. Upgrade your thinking patterns with cognitive behavioral therapy. Constantly seek new knowledge from experts by reading quality books. Body as a temple. Nourish your body with real whole foods like G-bombs and wild-caught fish. Stay well hydrated with spring water and electrolytes. Take essential supplements like vitamin D, K2, magnesium, and zinc. Move regularly, walking 8,000, 10,000 steps daily, and exercise 3 to 5 times a week, including strength training. Keep a journal to track your progress. Spiritual growth. Dedicate time daily to spiritual learning by listening to sermons or reading spiritual texts. Practice meditation or awareness to observe your thoughts. Integrate daily conscious breathing and meal gratitude into your life. Discipline over motivation. Build habits based on willpower, not fleeting motivation. Discipline is what will carry you through even when you don't feel like it. Make goals small and achievable so you can't fail as long as you try. Understand your brain. Be mindful of dopamine-spiking activities like excessive social media, as they can reduce motivation and concentration. Replace these with flow experiences that bring true enjoyment and growth. Journal your progress. Use a simple bullet journal to track your daily activities, listing positives and negatives to identify progress or areas for improvement. Role models. Seek role models and learn to imitate positive aspects you admire about them to inspire your own transformation. If you found this story helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to English Journey for more content that helps you grow and master English. Quiz time. Now, for a quick quiz to see what you remember, write your answers in the comments below. Question 1. What is the first and most important step when you decide to disappear? Question 2. According to the story, why should you hide your plans and progress from others? Question 3. What are the 3 main areas, pillars, to focus on during monk mode? Question 4. Name one specific nutrition principle mentioned in the monk mode protocol. Question 5. What is the key distinction between motivation and discipline, and which one is more reliable for building habits? Question 6. Besides walking, what type of exercise is recommended during monk mode for shaping your body and building mental resistance. Question 7. What kind of books are recommended to install new programs for your mind? Question 8. What is flow state, and how does it differ from pleasure according to the story? Go ahead and share your answers in the comments. I'm looking forward to reading them. Conclusion. Remember, this transformation journey is a marathon, not a sprint. Be patient with yourself, be kind to yourself, and celebrate every small step forward. You have the power within you to become the highest, best, and most developed version of yourself. Keep practicing your English, keep growing, and keep shining. Thank you for joining me on English Journey today. I appreciate all of you, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.